Lying down is a wonderful way to meditate if you can manage not to fall asleep. And if you do fall asleep, your sleep may be more restful if you enter it through meditation. You can wake up from sleeping in the same way, bringing full awareness to those first moments of wakefulness returning. When your body is lying down, you can really let the whole of it go much more easily than you can in any other posture. Your body can sink into the bed, mat, floor, or ground until your muscles stop making the slightest effort to hold you together. This is a profound letting go at the level of your muscles and the motor neurons which govern them. The mind quickly follows if you give it permission to stay open and wakeful. Using the body as a whole as the object of your attention in lying down meditation is a blessing. You can feel the body from head to toe, breathing and radiating warmth over the entire envelope of your skin. It's the whole body that breathes, the whole body that is alive. In bringing mindfulness to the body as a whole, you can reclaim your entire body as the locus of your being and your vitality, and remind yourself that you, whoever you are not just a resident of your head. You can also focus on different areas in either a free-flowing or a more systematic way when practicing meditation lying down. We introduce the people, or I introduce people to lying down meditation in the form of, say, like a 45-minute body scan. Not everybody can sit for 45 minutes right away, but anybody can do the body scan. All you need to do is lie here and feel different regions of your body and then let go of them. Not saying we're definitely not going to do a 45-minute body scan tonight. The body scan is systematic in the sense that we move through the various regions of the body in a particular order, but there is no one way to do it. It could be done scanning from head to feet, or from feet to head, or from side to side for that matter. One way to practice is to inwardly direct your breath into and out from the various regions of your body, as if you could breathe right into your toes, or your knee, or your ear, and breathe out from those places. When you feel ready, on an out breath, you can just let go of that region, allowing it or inviting it to dissolve in your mind's eye, your imagination, as the muscles themselves let go and you drop into stillness and open awareness before moving on and connecting with the next region of the body, which you would come to on another in-breath, as much as possible, allowing all the breathing to be through your nose. You don't have to do lying down meditation as systematically as in the body scan, however. You can also focus on particular regions of your body at will, or as they become dominant in the field of your awareness, perhaps due to pain or a problem with a particular region. Entering into them with openness and attention and acceptance can be profoundly healing, especially if you practice regularly. It feels like a deep nurturing of cells and tissues, as well as of psyche and spirits, whole body and soul. Lying down meditation is a good way to get in touch with your emotional body too. We possess a mythical heart as well as a physical one. When we focus on the region of the heart, it can be helpful to tune in to any sensations of constriction in the chest, tightness or heaviness, and be aware of emotions such as grief, sadness, loneliness, despair, unworthiness, or anger, which may lie just beneath the surface of those physical sensations. We speak of broken hearts, of being hard-hearted or heavy-hearted, because the heart is known in our culture as the seat of our emotional life. The heart is also the seat of love, joy, and compassion, and such emotions are equally deserving of attention and of honoring as you discover them. A number of specialized meditative practices, such as loving kindness meditation, are specifically orientated toward cultivating in oneself particular feeling states that expand and open the metaphorical heart. Acceptance, forgiveness, loving kindness, generosity, and trust are all strengthened by intentionally centering and sustaining attention in the heart region and invoking such feelings is part of formal meditation practice. But these feelings are also strengthened through simply recognizing them when they arise spontaneously in your meditation practice and by encountering them with awareness. Other body regions too have metaphorical meaning and can be approached in meditations, lying down and otherwise, with this kind of awareness. The solar plexus has a sun-like, radiant quality and can help us to contact feelings of centeredness, lying as it does at the center of gravity of the body, and of vitality, digestive fires. The throat vocalizes our emotions and can be either constricted or open. Feelings can get stuck in the throat sometimes, even if the heart is open. When we develop mindfulness of the throat region, it can put us more in touch with our speech and its tonal qualities, such as explosiveness, speed, harshness, volume, automaticity on the one hand, or softness, gentleness, sensitivity on the other, as well as its content. Each region of the physical body has its counterparts in an emotional body or map which carries a deeper meaning for us, often completely below our level of awareness. In order to continue growing, we need to continuously activate, listen to, and learn from our emotional body. Lying down meditations can help a lot with this, as long as when you get up, you are willing to risk the stands that your insights might require. In the old days, our cultures, mythologies, and rituals helped in the process of activating our emotional body and honoring its vitality and its impermanence. Usually this was done in same-sex initiation practices organized by the community of elders, whose job it was to educate the adolescents about what it meant to be a full adult within the tribe of culture. The importance of the development of the emotional body is hardly recognized today. We are pretty much left to our own devices to come to full adulthood, whether man or woman. Our elders may have become so denatured themselves from a lack of such nurturance, and there is no longer a collective knowledge of how to guide the awakening emotional vitality and authenticity of our young people, our children. Mindfulness may contribute to a reawakening of this ancient wisdom in ourselves and in others. Since we lie down for so much of our lives, lying down meditation provides a readily accessible gateway to another dimension of consciousness. Before sleep, upon waking, while resting or lounging, the lying down can itself invite you to practice mindfulness, bringing breath and body together moment by moment, filling your body with awareness and acceptance, listening, hearing, growing, letting go, letting be. Try tuning into your breath when you find yourself lying down. Feel it moving in your entire body. Dwell with the breath in various regions of your body, such as the feet, the legs, the pelvis, the belly, the chest, the back, the shoulders, the arms, the throat and neck, the head, the face, and the top of your head. And listen carefully. Allow yourself to feel whatever is present. Watch the sensations in the body flux and change. Watch your feelings about them flux and change. Try meditating on purpose lying down, not just around bedtime. Do it out of bed, on the floor at different times of the day. Do it in fields and meadows on occasion, under trees, in the rain, in the snow. Bring particular attention to your body as you are going to sleep and as you are waking up. Even for a few minutes, stretch yourself out straight, on your back if possible, and just feel the whole body. Breathing. Give special attention to any regions that are problematic for you and work at letting the breath invite them back into a sense of membership and wholeness with the rest of your body. Keep your emotional body in mind. Honor gut feelings. You could also try getting down on the floor once a day and stretching your body mindfully. If only for 3 or 4 minutes, staying in touch with your breathing and with what your body is telling you. Remind yourself that this is your body today. Check to see if you are in touch with it. This is from John Donne. He says, "No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as if a manor of thy friends or of thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee." We resonate with one another's sorrows because we are interconnected. Being whole and simultaneously part of a larger whole, we can change the world simply by changing ourselves. If I become a center of love and kindness in this moment, then in a perhaps small but hardly insignificant way, the world now has a nucleus of love and kindness it lacked the moment before. This benefits me and it benefits others. You may have noticed that you are not always a center of love and kindness, even toward yourself. In fact, in our society, one might speak of an epidemic of low self-esteem. In conversations with the Dalai Lama during a meeting, he in Dharamsala in 1990, he did a double take when a Western psychologist spoke of low self-esteem. The phrase had to be translated several times for him into Tibetan, although his English is quite good. He just couldn't grasp the notion of low self-esteem, and when he finally understood what was being said, he was visibly saddened to hear that so many people in America carry deep feelings of self-loathing and inadequacy. Such feelings are virtually unheard of among Tibetans. They have all the severe problems of refugees from oppression living in the third world. But low self-esteem is not one of them. But who knows what will happen to future generations as they come into contact with what we ironically call the developed world. Maybe we are overdeveloped outwardly and underdeveloped inwardly. Perhaps it is we who, for all our wealth, are living in poverty. You can take steps to rectify this poverty through loving kindness meditation. As usual, the place to begin is with yourself. Might you invite a sense of kindness and acceptance and cherishing to arise in your own hearts? You would have to do so over and over again, just as you would bring your mind back to the breath over and over again in the sitting meditation. The mind won't take easily to it because the wounds we carry run deep. But you might try, just as an experiment, to hold yourself in awareness and acceptance for a time in your practice, as a mother would hold a hurt or frightened child with a completely available and unconditional love. Can you cultivate forgiveness of yourself, if not of others? Is it even possible to invite yourself to be happy in this moment? Is it okay for you to feel okay? Is the basis of happiness present in this moment at all? Loving kindness practice is done in the following way, but please don't mistake the words for the practice. As usual, they are just signposts pointing the way. Start by centering yourself in your posture and in your breathing. And when you're ready to, you can close your eyes. Then from your heart or from your belly, invite feelings of images of kindness and love to radiate until they fill your whole being. Allow yourself to be cradled by your own awareness, as if you were as deserving of loving kindness as any child. Let your awareness embody both benevolent mother energy and benevolent father energy, making available for you in this moment a recognition and an honoring of your being and a kindness you perhaps did not receive enough of as a child. Let yourself bask in this energy of loving kindness, breathing it in and breathing it out, as if it were a lifeline, long in disrepair, but finally passing along a nourishment you were starving for. Invite feelings of peacefulness and acceptance to be present in you. Some people find it valuable to say to themselves from time to time such things as, may I be free from ignorance. May I be free from greed and hatred. May I not suffer. May I be happy. But the words are just meant to evoke feelings of loving kindness. They are a wishing oneself well, consciously formed intentions to be free now in this moment at least, from the problems we so often make for ourselves or compound for ourselves through our own fear and forgetfulness. Once you have established yourself as a center of love and kindness radiating throughout your being, which amounts to a cradling of yourself in loving kindness and acceptance, you can dwell here indefinitely, drinking at this fount, bathing in it, renewing yourself, nourishing yourself, enlivening yourself. This can be a profound healing practice for body and soul. You can also take the practice further. Having established a radiant center in your being, you can let loving kindness radiate outwardly and direct it wherever you like. You might first direct it toward the members of your immediate family. If you have children, hold them in your mind's eye and in your hearts, visualizing their essential selves, wishing them well, that they not suffer needlessly, that they come to know their true way in the world, that they may experience love and acceptance in life. And then including, as you go along, a partner, spouse, siblings, parents. You can direct loving kindness toward your parents, whether they are alive or dead, wishing them well, wishing that they may not feel isolated or in pain, honoring them. If you feel capable of it and it feels healthy to you and liberating, finding a place in your own heart to forgive them for their limitations, for their fears, and for any wrong actions and suffering they may have caused. Remembering a line that speaks, why, what could she have done being what she is? And there is no need to stop here. You can direct loving kindness toward anybody, toward people you know and people you don't. It may benefit them, but it will certainly benefit you by refining and extending your emotional being. This extension matures as you purposefully direct loving kindness toward people you have a hard time with, toward those you dislike or are repulsed by, toward those who threaten you or have hurt you. You can also practice directing loving kindness toward whole groups of people, toward all those who are oppressed or who suffer or whose lives are caught up in war or violence or hatred, understanding that they are not different from you. that they too have loved ones, hopes and aspirations and needs for shelter, food, and peace. And you can extend loving kindness to the planet itself, its glories and its silent suffering, to the environments, the streams and rivers, to the air, the oceans, the forests, to plants and animals collectively or singly. There's really no natural limit to the practice of loving kindness in meditation or in one's life. It is an ongoing, ever expanding realization of interconnectedness. It is also its embodiment. When you can love one tree or one flower or one dog or one place or one person or yourself for one moment, you can find all people, all places, all suffering, all harmony in that one moment. Practicing in this way is not trying to change anything or get anywhere, although it might look like it on the surface. What it is really doing is uncovering what is always present. Love and kindness are here all the time, somewhere, in fact, everywhere. Usually our ability to touch them and be touched by them lies buried below our own fears and hurts, below our greed and our hatreds, below our desperate clinging to the illusion that we are truly separate and alone. By invoking such feelings in our practice, we are stretching against the edges of our own ignorance. Just as in the yoga, we stretch against the resistance of muscle, ligaments, and tendon. And as in that and all other forms of meditation, against the boundaries and ignorance of our own minds and hearts. And in the stretching, painful as it sometimes is, we expand, we grow, we change ourselves, we change the world. The Dalai Lama says, "My religion is kindness." Try touching base with feelings of loving kindness within yourself at some point in your meditation practice. See if you can get behind any objections you may have to this practice, or behind your reasons for being unlovable or unacceptable. Just look at all that as thinking. Experiment with allowing yourself to bathe in the warmth and acceptance of loving kindness, and as if you were a child held in a loving mother's or father's arms. Then play with directing it toward others and out into the world. There is no limit to this practice, but as with any other practice, it deepens and grows with constant attending, like plants in a lovingly tended garden. Make sure that you are not trying to help anybody else or the planet. Rather, you are simply holding them in awareness, honoring them, wishing them well, opening to their pain with kindness and compassion and acceptance. If in the process you find that this practice calls you to act differently in the world, then let those actions too embody loving kindness and mindfulness.